What's up guys, Mark back here with yet another Q&A video, so if you guys are ready, let's jump right in. But wait, I had about 4 or 5 different people ask me about the lamp that was on my desk yesterday, so I figured I'd go ahead and tell you all a little bit about it. Just for full disclosure, I did in fact get that lamp for free. I was supposed to make a review on it, at least on Amazon, but since you guys wanted to know about it, I figured I would go ahead and put it on here as well. So this is honestly a pretty cool lamp. In my opinion, it is all brushed aluminum, much like all of my Mac products. So if you're into the Apple ecosystem, you're going to love it. It comes in 3 separate pieces. You've got the base, you've got the light arm, and you've also got the riser that goes into the base and then, makes it a desk lamp. Once you attach the light arm onto the riser, you are pretty much good to go. All you have to do after that is plug it in and bam. It comes with 4 touch sensitive light switches that you can easily glide your finger onto. It's also got 4 levels of brightness, so it's perfect for any situation. It also features a USB port on the back of the lamp so that you can charge a tablet or an e-reader. If you're interested in more, the links will be in the description below. And now for the first question. Our first question comes from DP Chris. The touchscreen seems to be great for video use, but what about stills being handheld? I'm a viewfinder person and I don't think the touchscreen would help me. Maybe when I put the camera on a tripod for live view, I could see it being valuable. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I would rather have more options than less, so even if you don't use it, the cameras that have these features still have a viewfinder, so if you don't ever want to use a touchscreen, just don't use the damn touchscreen. It has a viewfinder and you're more than welcome to use that exclusively. Second question comes from SkaterWig26. You could just buy a field monitor. That is what I'm going to do. The sensor size of the Panasonic is why I won't buy another one. I am sticking to Sony. They better have a new screen soon. I do miss the touchscreen on my G7, but it's not a deal breaker in my opinion. Well, SkaterWig, I've actually considered buying a field monitor again several different times, but when I had a field monitor in the past, I found myself being burdened by carrying around just a completely extra piece of gear, not to mention the batteries to power it. So, for me, it's a matter of ease and I don't know, I just don't really like lugging around a whole bunch of stuff just to get one simple thing done. And it's clearly possible. I mean, there are lots of companies that create both articulating screens and touch screens, so if they can put it into a body, why not let us have it? There's absolutely no reason for us not to have that ability. With having to carry more gear comes extra cost, extra weight, extra bulk, extra stuff to pack, extra stuff to unpack, extra stuff to keep track of, extra stuff to potentially be mismounted and fall and break, and it's just always one flipping headache after another, and I would just soon it be built into the camera as opposed to having yet a completely different piece of gear to keep up with. So yeah, it's a possibility, it's a option, which I'm all for options, and if that works out better for you guys, then I say go for it. Our first interesting comment comes from Vince NGO. I'm waiting for the next generation Sony camera, either the 6000 series or the A7 series with touchscreen, otherwise I'm not updating body, saving money for the lenses instead. And honestly, man, that's honestly a really good idea. Lenses are always going to be good, a good investment. In my personal opinion, don't upgrade until you get exactly what you want. That's exactly what I plan on doing now. Sony shan't not get yet another dime of my money until they come out with not only a touchscreen, but a fully articulating screen. I don't see why they can't go ahead and do it. I mean, they're cranking out camera bodies every single month, it seems like. So for us that like a touchscreen, for us that like an articulating screen, I think that they should at least make one body, one camera that has that option with all the goodness of the Sony a6300. Our second interesting comment comes from Shane Doyle. For those that don't like touchscreens, you can always turn them off. I've got a Sony a7, an Olympus EM5, and a Panasonic GM5. When I use the Sony, I only use the Sony when I need high quality images, particularly in low light, but I have much more fun with the EM5, and as a result, I'm much more likely to carry it with me. Love using the touchscreen and tilt screen. I don't video, so I don't miss the fully articulating screen. The GM5 is my carry everywhere rig. It has pretty good touchscreen, but it would be a huge improvement if it tilted. And that's pretty much what I've been saying thus far. Options are what are good, because You cannot, as a creator, as a photographer, or as a videographer, you can't always predict exactly what types of predicaments that you're going to be in. And there are many circumstances where I've been in a particular situation and I would want a particular feature and I just don't have it. So you have to be also creative in your workflow too, so that you can figure out ways around those situations and problems. Baking certain features into cameras, you know, it's not that big of a deal. This is pretty much what I've been saying the last two videos, is that having the option in the camera is much different than forcing you to use that option. So if you've got other avenues of getting your job done, whether it be through the viewfinder, or whether it be through a traditional screen, or whether it be through a tilty screen, or a fully articulating screen, at least the option is there. It's not like that it doesn't work if you don't use it. Our next interesting comment comes from the PNW writer. Sounds like you're not a retro guy. For instance, a leading manufacturer that didn't even include an LCD to keep the retro feel, I suspect. That's not entirely true. I mean, I love technology. I love seeing where we can go as a species, as a creative body, using ingenuity and innovation. It all intrigues me. I'm subscribed to lots and lots of tech and gadget channels. I love to see new shit that, you know, makes our lives better, makes our lives easier, makes it, you know, more fun to get our work done and less of a hassle. I mean, let's be honest, we're pretty much, you know, lazy as shit these days, and we want it to be just about as easy as it possibly can be. That's the reason that a lot of people don't use film anymore, because it was a hassle. You know, for the old school photography guys that, you know, worked in dark rooms and stuff, that's just what they grew up using. That's what they enjoy. That's what they like. But it doesn't mean that that's the best way to get it done. In this world of I want it and I want it now, unless you just are an absolute film enthusiast and you really enjoy the process and the labor of love that goes into those types of activities, you're just not going to use it. It's too much of a pain in the ass. And, you know, there's going to come a day where we love these types of cameras right here, right now, and then, you know, those new Fandango kids, they're going to have the latest tech, and they're going to look at us like old fogies. So, you know, it's whatever you get used to. Our next interesting comment comes from Ronts. I have tried touchscreens on cameras and I hated them. It feels like it makes me disconnect from the camera and from shooting. Personally, I prefer having the camera at my eye and changing the settings while looking through the viewfinder. And to that, Ronts, I say, dude, go for it. The camera has a viewfinder built in, and it's a proper viewfinder directly over the lens, not that off to the side shit like the Sony a6000 and the Sony a6300 has. But again, you can use what you want and you can forget about what you don't want. And last but not least, Harry Peckover says, I really admire that you haven't been blinded by brand loyalty. You are one of the few reviewers who looks objectively at gear without being a snob or being boring. Keep up the great work, man. Actually, he said good work, but, you know. And to you, Harry, I say thank you. And I honestly must say that, yes, there are a lot of people out there that are somewhat of a gear snob. They are very entrenched in a particular brand, and they absolutely positively won't give anything else a chance. And to that, I say, I feel sorry for them, honestly, because a lot of these camera companies, they are making some really amazing stuff. Unfortunately, there is no single company that is making all the amazing stuff all in one camera, so you do have to kind of hunt and peck and look for the specific things that you like to do, the way, you know, you like to get stuff done, and buy those particular tools. Cameras and lenses and all that kind of stuff, they're just tools to get your job done. What is the best lens? What is the best camera? What is the best brand? Which team should I be rooting for? And to that, I say, I don't know, man. It's whatever you like to use the best. And then you still might find some really cool shit made by somebody else, completely different implementation, and I think you should buy that one too. So there you guys have it. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A episode, and if you would like your comment or question read here on the program, just leave those down in the comment section below, and I will try to pick my favorites from the bunch and read them right here on the next Q&A episode. At any rate, thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Peace.